last night after 9 o'clock I came back out here and I glued down my tiles. It's done. So I just need to get some trim in here next, but I can do that anytime. That's not even an urgent thing actually. But there it is. I don't know, the color doesn't show up well in this camera. This is a more of a greenish tint, which is cool because it matches my green walls. You can see the color together there. It still looks bluish on this camera, at least in my display. So anyway, there it is. I just have to let it sit. I guess you have to let it sit for a couple weeks and then you can wax it. So this is nice, very nice. Then I'll get myself a little small rug for right in front of the shower itself, so you don't step out with wet feet onto a cold floor. And I still got to frame in the cat box here. That's not urgent either. The more important thing is my parents are coming for a visit in the second week of September. I don't have a toilet, so I have to frame the cat box and get a toilet in here, a composting toilet, and finish that before they arrive. So that'll have to be done soon. My mouse guest has not eaten any more food, so I wonder if he might have left due to all the commotion in here. But I'll leave the poison out anyway, just to be sure. I was making a lot of noise the other day, so maybe he's gone. Hopefully he's gone. So now I'm going to put glue down on the... Well, first I'm going to size these out. And I want to thank you guys for the advice. I'm happy I did put up last night's video and ask questions. I'm going to put a half tile on one side and then go with whole tiles and end up with a half tile on the outside edge, so there's no small pieces. So thank you for the advice, and I'll probably end up doing this one half right now and one half later. So it's going to take all day, but I'm going to use a fan this time. Placing out my tiles and marking where I have to cut out notches. I really like working with this tile. It's extremely easy. See if that fits. We'll see if it fits. Like a piece of a puzzle. Very nice. Want to see something cool? I cut these pieces here. You probably can't see the seam, but I cut these pieces here at 4.5 inches without even thinking about how it might fit under here. Watch this. Fits right up to the wall. Like, that couldn't have been planned better. Look at that. Not a single piece wasted after cutting those edges off. They slip right in. Look at that. Not a piece wasted. So from here up, there was not a single piece of tile, not even a tiny bit wasted from here over. And I'm on the last board now, piecing them together. This kitchen is going together nicely. Now I absolutely have to get these drawers cleaned and put in here so I can see what this looks like. Now I'm getting excited. Of course, I'm sleeping less and less at night because each time I go to bed I dream about this stuff. I'm not sleeping very well because I'm so excited. But, well, this is actually, you can say this is my first real home. Honestly. I have rented basically pest holes since I left the Army many years ago. And this is going to be my first brand new nice home built to my specs. So this is exciting. Very exciting. And I want to say, actually, I have to thank you guys for this, because without the advice and the tips and the pointers and everything, this would not be coming together. I would have slapped it together in some stupid way and I'd have made a mess of things and it would have been temporary. So I want to thank you guys for being there. There's the kitchen tiles dropped into place. It's just sitting here, cut and fit. And I even got it up under the lip pretty close. I actually followed the wood's dimensions really nicely. So this is turning out to be a pretty good project. So now I'm going to have a brunch. I skipped breakfast again. I keep just working through. But I need to get this done. So I'm going to have brunch now on my stove here. I'll walk barefoot across the tiles until I get it done. And then I'm going to lift these up and lay down the glue. And I'll just do half at a time and keep a fan in here and hope for the best. Hope I can get this done today. It'll be so awesome. Just did one last coat of paint around the trim and the edges and the flooring here before I lay the tile glue. I've got the fan on and ready. I'm going to sweep one last time on this floor here to make sure it's spotless and lay down a coat of glue halfway and see how long it takes with the fan on. I've glued half the floor. Now I'm going to leave the RV because I'm getting sick. And I think it's because of this glue. Look, I've done the trowel marks. I did use the trowel, and that's as thin as it gets using the trowel. So I think I did it right. I read the instructions. It just takes long for this stuff to glue. It's meant for beginners like me, noobs, so that you have plenty of time to work with it and make corrections, I guess. I'm putting primer on my closet doors right now. I think what I'll do is, these are going to be white with the pale green trim on the inside here. I think that'll look very pretty. It'll match the tiles inside there very nicely. So things have gone faster. Today it's only been an hour and a half, I believe. 90 minutes, just like the book says, or just like the instructions say. And now I can lay my first set of tiles. So I will be done with the kitchen today. This is going better with the fan running. Today is going much better. There's half done already. The tiles go down very fast and very easily. Now, I don't have a roller. You're supposed to roll them. I don't have a roller, so I'm just going to walk barefoot on them and press them down well before I put the glue down for the next set. I won't show that. Hope you don't mind. Well, there it is. My new kitchen floor. I did take advice and I cut a larger piece here. There's a seam. And I cut a larger piece over on that end instead of having a little 2-inch gap. And it worked out well, and it looks good. It looks very good. So that's it. It's down, it's glued, and it's done. Now I'm going to go lay down because I feel really sick. I think the fumes in here probably, although I've got all the windows open and had the fan running, I got sick. So I think it's the fumes in here. I tried not to be in here so much during the gluing, but I think I got too much. So I'm going to go to bed for a while. But it's done. It looks good. Well, I just got up, I took a nap for an hour and a half. I feel a bit better. Still have a headache, but I don't know if it was from this chemical or not, so I'm not going to spend much time in here today. I just wanted to have a look at my tiles, my nice new tiles in the bathroom. It's looking good in there. Too bad the camera doesn't focus or zoom well. So I want to get these drawers done now. I think I'm going to continue on with getting them ready. It'll help close off this front. Make this look a lot better in here once I get these done. I think I'll do these here, the kitchen sink and those drawers. I forgot what goes over the vacuum cleaner hole. I guess I'll find it eventually. I don't even know what goes on there now. I think it was a door. I'll have to find it wherever it went. And then it'll be looking good in here. Well, due to getting sick, I didn't get as much painting done as I wanted. I've got little tiny flies suiciding. These things are getting stuck in my paint, and if I try to remove them, I make more of a mess. There's even flying ants or something. That's annoying. I guess painting outdoors is not a good idea. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do this inside in the living room in the future with the window shut. It's a problem I had when I did the living room wall too. There's something running along there. then it gets stuck. Got my generator going because I don't want to lay the carpet until I'm done with all the dirty work. So I'm cutting out some of the bad stuff. Speaking of cutting, metal got me here. I'm cutting out some of the bad stuff, and I'm going to take the same materials I used here for support. I'm going to put a piece right along here and fill this in and glue it in place. Now that's just all it's going to do, is just to fill this hole in. And then I got some 3/4 inch plywood, and I'm going to put a piece on top in here. I'm going to cut it to fit inside here and put it in. And then I'm going to, all these tools I keep in here are right by the doorway. It's very convenient. Maybe one day I'll put an access door, but this is going to stay a storage compartment. It was completely closed off. I know some people theorize that it was necessary for the refrigerator, but the way this RV was designed and some of the wasted spaces I found, I think that they cut pennies and they just didn't want to put an access door in here, so they closed it off. It was cheaper. That's my theory. And they just wasted space in here. So I'm recovering all this space. That's a nice tool storage compartment. Very nice. And that's what it's going to be now. And then I'll figure out how to reinforce this missing, damaged, rotted wood up here, and see what I can do to get this all repaired and reframed in right here so that I can put up my last wall. Now I've got a nice clean point to start with, and the wood back in there is actually in pretty good shape. It's just right out here that's rotted. I can't even get my screwdriver in right here. I thought I'd be able to chisel away a bit more here than I could, but again, I'm not pulling the fridge out because there are 3 solid struts, 3 solid pieces of wood here. This is a good piece of wood here, and the fridge is resting firmly on all 3 walls. So all I have to do is frame this in here basically on the missing 2 corners, and I think that fridge should be safe and fine. That's why I'm going to build this in and then put that 3/4 inch plywood down and use liquid nails to secure it in there firmly, and then I have a basis to build up on again right here and properly reframe this. I think it's going to work fine. I know a lot of you guys said pull the fridge, but I'm serious. Pulling the fridge would have done a lot more damage because the trim and the front wall would have had to been replaced, and it's just a nightmare getting to it. I've pulled a couple of these before, and it wasn't pretty. That's just my experience. I mean, there might be pros out there, but not me. I've cut this piece. This is the underlayment piece. This is just going to be a filler, just to hold up the plywood at the edge here. That's all it is. So there's nothing special about its being attached or anything. It's just for support. Of course, then I'm going to screw everything together when I'm done, and that'll give everything support in here anyway in the end. It's going to help a lot. And that lines up nicely with this old bit over here. Everything's coming together nicely. Now I'll cut a piece to fit here. And here's the other piece. Should fit in like a piece of a puzzle. Again, this is simply going to give support to the new wood when it's done. It's not too bad right there. Glue that down with liquid nails, and then I can put my big piece down inside here. There, nice new floor. I know it's not professional, but you know I'm not a pro by now. I do what I have to do to get the job done with the least amount of materials and money. Hope this fits. I try to cut it pretty close. Try to get close tolerances so it's a nice fit. There it is. Bring it out a tiny bit. Right to there. There it is. There's my new tool storage box. I'm going to put some screws in here, long ones. Secure this all together, all of this stuff. Actually, I think I'm going to put liquid nails in there. I'm going to pull this out and use the rest of my tube of liquid nails here, all in up inside there. Might as well do it nice and right. It's getting dark. I hope you can see in there. There's all my tools, little scraps of wood that I'm using here and there, and all my tools that I use every day out here in the project on the RV. And that's nice and flush. And I think it's going to be alright. This is going to do what I want it to do. The idea here is I'm going to reframe this rotted wood around the fridge, and what I had to have first was a good solid and level floor to work with. So now I can put, there was a screw, the fridge gets screwed into the wood down here, and that of course is missing. And now I can build a piece of wood across here and bring it down and then down over here, and then I've got good support for that fridge. It's coming along nice, looking good. And of course, like I said, I'm going to have this will be an tool storage for my most commonly used tools. So I think with a new kitchen floor, painting my walls, painting my, I only got 3 doors done, but painting some of the doors, getting this in here, considering the fact that I wasted a couple hours being sick, still have a headache. I think it was the chemicals. I think it was the glue. I'm sensitive to chemicals, always was. But anyway, it was a busy day, a full day. I might still work a little bit on the framing here Got another hour before it's pitch black out. You can barely see it, but I got some liquid nails down in here. Of course, I'm going to mush it all up in a minute here. Do as good as I can. Oh yeah, it fits good. This piece will be the new frame, and it'll hold the new piece of paneling in place when I get to it. That liquid nails is a nice discovery, I think. Good stuff. So now I've got a new piece of frame down here. Nice and solid and clean. And I'll just keep boxing this in. I think I'm going to make a cut here. I don't know if you can see my hand. I'm going to make a cut right here. I have to be careful. This piece goes this way. I'm going to take my circular saw and cut this off here and butt up a piece that goes in here and redo this part. I'm going to do that right now. Sort of scary cutting up by my fridge. Should come off nice and easy there. Okay. Oh, there's a screw. Well, that's good. There's a main screw to the fridge mount right here. Good. It's getting too dark to see. Oh, I was afraid of that. I was trying to get that little screw cover off without wrecking it. Failure. It doesn't want to come off. If I can get this screw out of here, then when I reattach here and rebuild this frame piece here, I can screw in the actual fridge will screw into that frame and help solidify it all together. Very good. This is very tough because I don't have any playroom here. The tolerances are so tight. I don't want to be loose. It almost fits perfectly. I might have to shave a tiny bit off that. That supports this frame here nicely. And then I can screw that to that. And I need a piece to come down. shave a tiny bit off that. This is probably one of my tougher jobs because I have to be so close, because if it's loose, it's useless. See, that corner is now framed in securely. I'm making this up as I go along, and it won't matter because this will be hidden behind trim anyway, behind the board. I'm going to glue and screw these together when I'm done. And glue this in here. Liquid nails is becoming my friend. And now I've got to do the framing for the fridge itself all the way around, and that'll be it for this compartment. That'll be it, the end. Maybe one day I'll put a door on there or something, but for now that'll be framed in and supported and done. I think I'm going to do that now. It's getting dark, but I might still make it. It's going to be a nice frame. Running out of light. That fridge is not going anywhere now. That's glued in and screwed. That's glued and screwed in all directions. This is not going anywhere now. Nice and stable. And I've got myself a new toolbox. Well, that's it for today. I call that a nice day of work. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. I like to go to bed knowing that I did something with the day and use my time well. All I have to do yet is put a new piece down underneath the fridge in the front lip to mount the paneling to, and I can close that off tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Sunday, sorry, Monday. I'll close it off Monday and be done with it. I can insulate this and close that off.